One of my biggest things is being comfortable, first of all, with owning the fact that I have value to share and that I have information to share and that I have something that's helpful for other people. So being comfortable with that. When I create a blog post, when I send out an email to my newsletter, it's just like, it just goes out into the world. So you don't know who's reading it, what's going on, what's happening. And it was very, sometimes it can be very lonely, you know, it can be very, you're not sure if all the hard work that you're doing and putting out there is anyone's ever resonating with it, or if they're reading it, or if they're finding value out of it. And I do collect, you know, feedback from people just as a reminder to say, hey, there are people out there like, you know, looking at your stuff, being impacted, finding value, being helped by your stuff. I actually just came back from a conference in Atlanta. And in that conference, I was a speaker on one of the panels. It was the inspiration panel, and I had been in this business program for a year. So my point on being on that panel was to share my personal experience with the year that I had in my business and the growth that I had. And so one of the things that I did was I shared my story of how, you know, I quit my job, why I did, and what has happened over the course of the past year. And I'm the type of person who's not really good at sharing my story. I, you know, tend to be private. In terms of, you know, moving past that fear, it's really about, you know, taking yourself and your experiences and your stories and just sharing it as you would, like you're sharing with a friend, like we are right now. And then that really does have the power and the ability to impact other people. And that was such a huge aha moment for me when I shared it on stage, and I had people coming back to me like, oh my goodness, like I really resonated with what you said. You know, I've been reading your blogs for a while, and you share great information. And so really just, I feel like fear is always going to be there, but I had to face my fear of speaking. So every week I had to get up in front of people and I'd have to give a presentation, and slowly that fear decided, you know, began to melt away. The more I put myself out there, the more I realized like no one's going to come after me like you're a fraud, or like, you know, you suck, or anything like that. I mean, obviously you have people who obviously won't agree with what you're saying, but the large majority of people are going to send you, you know, great emails and notes that say that you really have helped them out. Fear is something that's going to be there, but it's just a matter of, you know, working past that and like using that to fuel whatever you're trying to do at that particular moment. I think it's a matter of really understanding what kind of your unique and talents and skills are and your strengths are, and using that